tissues and then simply print them up literally in a lab or something like that, that would be pretty monumental. People's fear of dying would slightly go away. It could actually cause one problem, because people's lifespans would drastically increase. If, you know, it didn't matter whether heart failure existed, you can just get a new one the next day or something like that after being pumped by a machine for a while. Yeah, I don't know, people might make it to 120. The problem, of course, being we're not sure, of course, if that would actually be possible, but the fact that it's possible that will be looked into as a possibility is very exciting indeed. That's about all. Peace out.
Something at the Bearskin store? We just wanted to let you know that we reserved your Bearskin hoodie 3.0 for you.
All right, everyone, it's time for today's first new tech exclusive. Technically speaking, Bidenflation is at 18% right now, and real actual wages have, as a result of the inflation of the currency, dropped over the last few years. This is something you're not going to get from Paul Cooper. Glasses from the spectacular view, the sunset view of their penthouse, their gated community. They say, well, I don't see any fucking economic problems. Everything seems okay to me. And they get into their limo, they have their chauffeur pumping the gas, and they probably don't even buy their own groceries. Yes, if you live that kind of lifestyle, things are fine. If you're on the very lowest end, things are fine too, because you were already at rock bottom. So if you were living under a highway overpass, hey, the infrastructure bill, now it's crumbling a little bit less. Well, things have improved under Biden. That's a small proportion of the population. Most Americans fall somewhere between the working through lower middle, through upper middle class. That's the core of the population. That's the 90% of the population. There are some people that do very well, from the working rich to the super rich, and then there are some people that are completely down and out, have virtually nothing, and live paycheck to paycheck, and even then barely can afford ramen soup. Most people fall in the middle. For them, for people who especially have to pay the inordinate tax rates in the United States, things have gotten much worse. I use myself as an example. I make 6 figures, but I took a pay cut 2 years in a row due to Bidenflation. The real purchasing power of the money that I make, even as my income rose, is lower than it was before, which is very, very unfortunate. You know, I can't actually batch edit all of my Amazon works to marginally increase the price thereupon. It's not possible to do that without going back through a review process that would be retroactively unacceptable for some of my old works anyway. Thankfully, in many cases, I managed to get ahead of the crowd, and I've had the first edition public available, so those new rules don't really apply to the works I was doing years ago. I'm just thankful for that, but I've taken a pay cut on that. Made tens of thousands of dollars. The problem is, I mean, that's enough to buy a Snickers. And due to shrinkflation, according to Joe Biden, there's 10% less Snickers in the bar. It's a real big problem. I don't like Snickers anyway, so not a problem for me, but maybe for some of you. Bidenflation technically is 18%. That is, that over the course of a few years, Bidenflation has increased the cost of pretty much everything by 18%. It's an aggregated total. For some things, it's going to be higher than others. Anything involving petroleum products.
increase the cost of